Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 133 for the 1st of August, 2021. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name is Jody Kelly.
Where has the year gone, Jody?
What?
Where's the year gone?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's now August. It's August the 1st. The last 5 episodes we've done, obviously, in July, and now it's August. It's almost winter. Winter's coming. As you would say, because Game
of Thrones.
We're in the dog days of summer, and it's freezing here. It's like 20-ish degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. Not happy.
Considering we've been doing absolutely nothing but sitting about in our houses,
I know.
Worried about COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Flown by.
I've created a little bomb shelter underneath my stairs now. Just like
a bomb shelter?
Just like the do you remember the cartoon that When the Wind Blows? It's me and Anna now.
Just do what Indiana Jones did. Just jump in the fridge.
Oh, just jump in the fridge, aye. Do you know that's something? I didn't know that was a thing. So I think it was Green Lantern. The villain killed the Green Lantern's girlfriend and literally put her in a fridge. And when you do that to a female character, it's called fridging. I didn't know it was a thing. Apparently it's a thing.
Does that mean she's fridged?
It's a trope. No. When you fridge a character, it means you kill them so that you elicit some kind of response in the protagonist.
You kill them in a fridge?
No. Moving along.
You could suffocate, couldn't you?
You could. I mean, let me put it this way. I don't think it's a good advert to small children, because they'll just do, it was good enough for Indiana Jones.
Right. What other movie character climbed into a fridge and closed the door?
Dennis Nielsen.
Close. The Joker.
Did he?
You not seen that
In
film?
What one?
Joker.
Oh, the Joker. Yeah. Oh, Joker as in Phoenix Joker.
It takes all the stuff out of the fridge and climbs in.
You mean the king of comedy?
Because he's going cuckoo. Or he is cuckoo.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops.
He is cuckoo.
Yeah. Shall we do the news?
Yeah.
In a bizarre caught you drinking. In a bizarre twist, Scarlett Johansson is suing the mouse.
Does she not want to work again ever?
Apparently not. That's exactly what I said. That's what I said to Tanner the other day. There, I said that apparently she doesn't want to work anymore because Disney owns everything.
Yeah, I've got two minds to this. Right, one mind is the fact that if there's a legally binding thing that says
she was wronged, yes,
okay, fair enough. But the other argument is she's still making
bank
millions off it, surely. And is it because she can't buy her little island? She's crying. She can't buy that island in the tropics she was looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
Boo-hoo.
That's it. Yeah.
I think she wanted to move on.
She wanted the Cessna with the twin engines.
Aye. Or is it the kind of legal factor? Is that the whole thing? So her legal department have kind of went for it.
Possibly. I mean, it could possibly just be the lawyers have got involved, and she's powerless to do anything about it.
Apparently, Kevin Feige's waded in as well about it. He's not happy.
Oh, is he?
At Disney.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're good.
So, he's the man.
I mean,
you don't want to piss him off.
On one side, Disney promised her one thing. And by promised, I mean wrote in a contract, apparently, and said that all the back end stuff, all the money off the back end, would go to her when it gets the theatrical release. But then they were like, and it's going to streaming, and she didn't get any money off the back end because there's no deal for the back end off of a streaming release.
Yeah. And they also
So I
said
think it'll
that,
settle out in court, and they'll get some of that. She'll get some of that sweet streaming money.
yeah, because they said that it would be exclusively in cinemas. It wouldn't be going to a premiere Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
They told her that apparently that was illegal stuff,
and it
they
did.
went back on it.
Yeah.
So
on one hand, I think she's
there's that.
right. On the other hand, do you really want to work again? I mean,
no. Well, you know, the good thing is that Kevin Feige's got her back. So,
well, yeah, that's true.
And she's a great actress. So,
yeah, and you know what?
All that.
She probably doesn't need Disney. I mean, she can probably do a lot of like great movies out with the Disney catalog.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sphere of influence. I mean, there's still Warner's. There's still Sony.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if
let's look at the last movies.
I wonder if that's put a sort of damp squib in her relationship with Disney now, though.
Maybe. What was Look based on? Yeah, Look based on that was through Universal Pictures. So there you go. She could be the new baddie in the Fast and Furious franchise.
The downsize for her. I don't think I said this before, but I don't think I've ever seen Scarlett Johansson in a bad film. I don't. In recent memory,
I don't think I've like that Lucy that I think was not critically panned, but it was like people didn't like it. I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. I thought she was good in it.
I love that film. That was good.
Luke Besson was got problems, but yeah,
I loved it.
It's a good movie.
Under the Skin.
She's great in Her as well. Yeah.
Obviously, it's Black Widow, Avengers movies. She had 4 cracking movies that year. She'd Her, Under the Skin. I think she was in Avengers.
Oh yeah,
and
filmed in Glasgow.
She was in.
By the way,
1 year.
She was ahead of her time because all the good movies are now getting made in Glasgow.
This is unbelievable here, by the way.
I know.
Not that I live in Glasgow, but
you live just up the road. Yeah.
Yeah. They've just finished up Indiana Jones.
It is a bit like me saying, like, "Oh, it's great. They're all filming up in Toronto." It's like it's.
But it's not even just, Jimmy Neutron 2 or something like that. It's,
I know. Yeah.
It's Indiana Jones, and now it's. I think you've maybe moving on to the next story.
It was a nice segue, I thought. So there was a crash recently on the set of Batman. These are stills of the Batbike. Wasn't the Batmobile lost its wheel? Robin laid an egg. Is that not the line in Jingle Bells?
Gratuitous Batman ass shot there.
That's the bat ass.
Yeah, so this isn't actually. See the pigeon? Look, the pigeon as well. That was a narrow escape for that pigeon. Or was it a batarang? Okay. Right there.
Oh, yeah. I know, maybe a batarang.
Might have been a pigeon.
I love how they're looking at it like, that's wrecked. Yeah. Whoopsie. Yeah.
I could have done a rectum there joke because of this, but anyway, I won't.
Yeah. There's another shot here as
this
well.
This isn't Batman, the James Patterson.
The James Gandolfini version of it.
This is the new Flash movie that they're filming, and
yes, Ezra Miller.
Yeah, Ben Affleck is Batman, but Michael Keaton's also in this as Batman. Did you know that? I
did, and that's what I'm excited for because there's only one good Batman, and that's 1989 Michael Keaton Batman.
Michael Keaton,
because everybody
said
he couldn't pull it off, and by crikey, could he pull it off? And also, he plays a great villain in Spider-Man as well.
Oh yeah,
brilliant. He's a really good villain. Do you remember in Pacific Heights? That's when I realized that he not only was he a good actor, he was a great actor.
Good shout, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the one that worked. That's the take that worked. That's what should have happened.
Yeah.
And he zooms away like that.
First take, he crashed into the bike, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that's the bat bike.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I love about all of this is you get to see behind the scenes, and movies are made in like 5-second clips now. Like that's one take, and they'll probably use about 4 seconds from it, and it runs
Probably
for like
multi.
10
They'll have it
seconds.
in
Like
multiple
that's it
angles
there.
and stuff.
See that bit there? That's it. Cut, print, done.
Mhm.
And because they'll zoom back and they'll do like a reverse shot in CGI or whatever it is. And also, I bet you dollars to donuts as well that this thing here is being shot during the day, but it ends up being night because they'll like bring everything down and make it a bit more Gothamy.
Mm-hmm. I was actually thinking about that, right? And I thought maybe they filmed it in Glasgow because it always rains, up here. And we've got glorious sunshine, like constant glorious sunshine. They're like, this is supposed to be dark and moody and gritty, Glasgow and stuff like that. Or it's meant to be probably America, but I was going to say there, I can't remember what I was going to say now, but what I was going to say was the viewers are probably disappointed as well, and maybe angry that we never made it over there yesterday to see that in real life. But there was plenty of footage, so
okay.
I made it over to Indy.
That's true. Yeah.
Come on, give me a break.
Still haven't seen the pictures up on the Facebook page, but it's okay. I found a substitute. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Posted them up. The other thing that happened recently in the world of movies. So we talked about two great actors there. Scarlett Johansson obviously having some legal issues. Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, and these guys. And you can't hear there, but that's
right. Do you think that is the voice of Dan Aykroyd or Bill Murray?
It's Dan Aykroyd. It's Dan Aykroyd's arms.
Because somebody else said,
I'd recognise those arms anywhere. No, it's Dan Aykroyd.
Then the second time I heard that it was with Evelyn,
it's Dan
she's
Aykroyd.
Like, oh, that's Dan Aykroyd. And I'm like,
no, it's definitely Big Dan.
It is.
Yep.
Because I don't think Bill Murray's signed up for it.
Big Dan, the Ontario man.
He was in it. They said all the way that Bill Murray hadn't signed up for the reboot one.
Yeah.
And then he appeared in it as the skeptic guy.
Yeah.
So,
which is kind of ironic. Or good, I guess. I'm quite excited for it. I mean, this is supposed to come out last year as well, wasn't it?
I
think. And of course,
what's the month this is coming out now?
Do you know what? I don't know.
October or something.
Ghostbusters, Afterlife. November 11th in Canada.
November. Okay, I knew it was a few months away, but
November. Release. Afterlife originally scheduled to be released in the United States on July 10th, 2020. Delayed to March 5th, 2021. Taking the release date of Uncharted. Then they pushed the film back again to June. Then later in January 2021, it shifted it to November 11th, 2021. Uncharted. When's that coming out?
Oh, the movie with
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg, I think, plays his brother.
Hey, Tom.
I thought that Tom Holland was too young.
Let's go look for treasure, huh?
I thought Tom Holland was too young to play that character, but forget that Tom Holland's in his 20s now.
Yes, he's quite old.
So he is.
Yeah. February 11th, 2022.
Really?
Yep.
2 seconds.
Oh, that's interesting. So, according to this, I'll speak to Jodie in just a second here, but I don't want to have dead air in the podcast. In April 2021, Sony signed deals with Netflix and the Walt Disney Company for the streaming rights to their 2022 and 2026 film slate, including Uncharted, following the film's theatrical and home media windows. So Sony's going to Netflix and or Disney Plus. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's right. Is it not all Sony movies from now on are going straight to Netflix after theatre?
Oh.
Is that what you just said?
Well, it says signed deals with Netflix and the Walt Disney Company, so I wonder if it's Netflix in some territories and Walt Disney Company in others.
Well, so I
Disney
know, yeah, Sony movies. So that means that the next Spider-Man movie, once it's done in theaters, will be exclusively on. Well, that's a Disney, though, isn't it? It's not.
Well, no, Spider-Man isn't Disney. It's Marvel Studios, but it's Sony Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sony Pictures, they have Into the Spider-Verse and Far From Home. Actually, they get both of them. They get Homecoming and Far From Home.
Yeah.
Both on Netflix. So all three of the Spider-Man movies are now on Netflix, and Venom's on Netflix as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Eddie. Okay.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Exclusivity.
Oh.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
He
hurt his knee there.
He did what?
The ice pack on it. He came in, he came bringing in there, and he just hung himself on the sofa over there. And I was like, "You all right?" I think he's hurt his knee doing something.
Oh dear.
He's okay. Everyone's put him a wee ice pack.
Wee soldier. Wee soldier.
Twisting and trampoline. Oh dear.
Aye. Don't worry. Send me back to school.
He hobbled, exactly. He hobbled his way back.
Did he?
From his pal's house.
He's a wee trooper. There you go.
Getting dark anyway.
Okay, exactly. But is it?
Yeah.
Jeez, I forget how late it gets dark in the UK. Or in Scotland, anyway.
Yeah.
Let's get like that here. Just the back of the. Oh yeah.
Fair.
Yep. For those of you watching on a black and white television set, Jodie was showing me the sunset.
Sorry.
Podcasters. Thanks. So Playdate. Playdate. This is this little yellow. So these have been designed by the same guys that do those beautiful synthesizers that I want, but I know I can never use.
I've bought a couple of those. The Teenage Electronics or whatever they're called.
Teenage Electronics.
Mm-hmm. It's a combination. The hardware is Teenage Electronics or whatever they're called.
Engineering, that's the ones. Yes, these things are beautiful. Look at these things.
Oh, I know.
Again, for those of you watching a black and white television set, I'm showing pictures of the Op1 Portable Synthesizer, which is $1,100 but look, it looks amazing.
Sounds amazing. Have you ever seen somebody playing it?
Oh yeah, I've seen demos. That's why I was like, oh man, I want one of those.
I know, me too.
And then I saw how much it is. Anyway, so they designed the they designed this, but it's the company that did Goose.
Sorry, you're going to tell us, aren't you?
No, I was just going to say it's the company that did Goose thing.
Untitled Goose Game.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So what a combination. So this is the console, the little console with the crank.
Yeah, it's got a little crank at the side, so it's got A/B buttons and the D-pad thing, but it's got a crank as well.
And it got announced. God, I heard about this in 2019, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
It was a while ago.
I reckon it was. At least 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the games drop on this. Are the games extra, or did they just drop on it?
So
I'm not sure.
I think that the shtick, the sort of the appeal of it was the games aren't consistent. So, or they're always changing, I should say. So you're going to get this game loaded with X number of games, but over time those games are going to change. Yeah, over time those games are going to change, and there'll be different experiences. Because the whole thing is they're trying to sell this as games as an experience, as opposed to like you play it forever kind of thing.
Yeah.
So devs, apparently it's quite easy to code for as well. So they've got quite a big like development community as well going for this. So yeah, it's got a little tiny black and white screen. I guess it's a mono speaker, but it looks very cute. but also industrial. Yeah. It's
I think
it's a weird way to describe
There's
it.
going to be four games originally on the thing included, right? And then it goes up to 20 games, and then I think that's it. That's all they're releasing on it.
What says include one yellow cable and over 20 games?
Officially, right? But what you can do is they're included as a game maker thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a community where people make games on it, and then you can play each other's games. I think that's how it kind of works.
Yeah. So we got here.
Season.
This is it. Truly unique that Playdate isn't an empty system. Once you set up your Playdate, you'll start to receive 2 brand new games every week for 12 weeks. 24 free games in a lot of genres. Some are short, some are long. Will you love them all? Probably not. Will you have a great time trying them? Absolutely. And so it gives you like an example here of these various games here. They look very 8-bit, I'm going to say, because it's a black and white screen. And I'm assuming it doesn't have a lot of memory and like processing power, so that you've got to be kind of clever with the system. But yeah, so it says they're lining up more games, working on cool ways to distribute them. Stay tuned. There's also an SDK. And yeah, so this is the studio thing that you were talking about there.
Pulp Game Maker or something. Yeah, and if anybody's played the Untitled Goose Game, they'll know how original these games are going to be.
Yeah.
It was Did you play that, the Untitled Goose Game?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, it was.
I heard good stories about it, though.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
There's this funny play dock as well, the stereo dock. I'm not sure what the point in that is. It's a glorified
this
charger.
thing here, yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It kind of looked. It looks like those portable TVs you used to get. You know, the Casio portable TVs.
That's a bit Frank Sidebottomy. It's a charger.
Yeah.
It's a Bluetooth stereo, and it's a pen holder.
Okay.
Random.
It comes with a nice pen as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. And then you can get a cover as well. 14 days standby clock. A whole bunch of things. Packaging looks nice as well. Not that anyone cares about the packaging, but yeah, $180 US, and it's yours. So that is on pre-order just now.
So. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's sold out yet, but I'm going to have a look into it.
Yeah.
And
that's it as far as the news is concerned.
Is it?
Well, there is one more story, but it's a bit depressing.
No, don't bother then.
Yeah, okay.
No one wants to know.
Yeah, happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Shall we cut to what you're watching?
Yeah.
So, what you watching?
Well, we watched a kind of crime thing, as I like to watch a crime thing, you know. And it's called. It's not on Netflix though.
Oh.
But there are
drone shots.
Nice drone shots. Yes, you'd like it.
Nice.
It's called The Widower. Right. It's on Sky Crime.
Is it about a man who whittles?
No, Widower, dear.
Widower. Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Did he make himself a widower? Is that the conceit of the program?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
4 times.
What?
Married 6 times.
I mean, at that point, he's a black widow.
He didn't manage to kill 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so this guy, he's basically the start of it is his last wife, and the guy that's investigating it is like, something fishy about this, you know. So he looks into the guy's background. Turns out he's been married 6 times, and 4 of his wife has died. And he's taken out insurance things again. You know,
before they die. It's always dodgy.
He's taking them out against that, you know. And then he's like, you know, they've suddenly died or whatever. But he's got away with it because he's been pretty clever about it. Not get into it exactly, but every time he's got away with it for 6 times so far. Is this his last time getting away with it? Watch it.
Oh.
No, I don't mean that as a threat, by the way. Watch it. I mean, as in watch it.
So what did you watch it on?
Sky TV.
Oh, okay.
It's a Sky thing.
Sky Original, which means
Originals,
they've bought it from some American place. Okay.
Yeah, it's their crime channel they've got now. Crime documentary.
All right,
channel.
okay. We've got one over here called Escape. No, what's it called now? There's a few actually. There's a few of these crime ones. Justice TV. That's another good one.
Oh, we've got crime. Yeah. CSI, whatever crime thing.
Yeah.
Pretty good though. Quite enjoyed it. There's a couple of things we probably watched.
Together.
I think we spoke about them.
Did you? Well, we haven't in this podcast.
Well, I watched Kong Skull Island. That was a Friday night movie.
Kong.
We started watching Crawl. Crawl's a 15.
Uh-huh.
I thought that's probably quite a good one for Danny. There's not any sexy stuff in it. There's not really any much swearing.
Wait, Crawl is a 15.
Crawl.
Oh,
as
Crawl.
an alligator.
Oh, right. Okay, the one in Florida.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But about half an hour in, once he realised there was 2 alligators in the basement, he's like, "Right, get that off. I can't handle it." It was fine up to that point.
His limit is one alligator, and it's like 2 alligators. That's it. I'm done.
I always look at his face as well. I mean, he's nearly 10. He's watched stuff. He probably could have. Probably
could handle 2 alligators.
He could have handled 1 alligator, but not 2.
Did he get up and say, "Right, I can't deal with this. See you later, alligator"?
Pretty much. Oh my God, Jesus! Oh God, you're on fire. Dad jokes.
Yeah.
So we ended up watching Kong Skull Island instead.
How's that any better?
Well, Tom Hiddleston's in it.
Let's get big giant spiders.
Tom Hiddleston's in it. Nick Fury's in it. Samuel L. Jackson. And Captain Marvel's in it. Brie Larson.
Is Tom Hiddleston in that movie?
He's almost unrecognisable. Well, if you've seen him too many times as Loki anyway.
I don't remember him in that movie.
There you go. Watch it back.
I remember the guy from Homeland not Homeland, Homecoming. He's in it, the investigator in Homecoming. He's always in it. Who's in it?
As well. John Goodman is in it as well. You thinking of the same movie?
Will they go to Skull Island?
Well, no.
Yeah, and they go in with choppers and they're playing.
That's right.
That's
right. It's kind of Vietnamese. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. What's it called? It's not Forgotten Son. Is it Forgotten Son? Oh, hello. That's not good. Clearly, I mentioned the correct phrase, and now Jodie is no longer with us on stream. So I guess we'll just have to sort of sit through and wait until he comes back, which shouldn't be too long. But I don't know what happened to him. You're back. What did you do? Push buttons?
Someone decided to have an update on my tablet.
In the middle of this?
Yeah. I was like, cancel.
It should know you're in the middle of a video call. I've got the camera on. I'm clearly not wanting to do an update. That's just stupid. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I've read The Ride as well. Ridden The Ride. Skull.
Anyway, yeah. So that.
Yeah, Kong Skull Island 2017. I had no idea. Maybe I should watch this movie again. Yeah, Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, Brie Larson. Who's the other guy I'm thinking of? Yeah. Okay. Right. Got you. Yeah, it's okay.
I'd forgotten as well. I mean, it's devoid of any kind of characterization, plot really, but there's lots of
Suspense.
big monsters fighting, and it's good looking film.
I remember just thinking it was like the characters themselves are inconsequential to what's happening on this island. Therefore, there's no peril, which means that I'm like,
you don't care. But
yeah,
I think every monster movie's like that. Every Godzilla's like that. You've
that's
got to
true.
have a bit of humanity. You couldn't just have two monsters going at it. You know.
cuts to Kong versus Godzilla. Is that not the exact thing for that movie? Okay.
No, but you'd have to have some sort of humanity in it for us to relate to. You know.
That's right. Yeah. If only to
regardless of whether
stand so we can get the perspective of how big these things are.
Yeah, it's daft, but you know.
Yeah.
But I like these films.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we watched Groundhog Day, bit of retro.
Again?
Midweek retro game. Retro game. Again. Yeah. Again.
Again.
Fly now. Which was good. Danny hadn't seen it. And we thought, that's probably quite good. And then you start to think about it, you're like, God, man, that is like mental torture. Because, you know, he's not in there for just a few days, he's in there for months. Mad.
Some would say years.
I would go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the same day over and over again. There's no consequence. Like it's like a Beast movie. There's no consequences. I don't care. Don't drive angry. There's some great set pieces in there. The bit where he robs the bank.
Brilliant.
So good. Yeah.
Really good. Really enjoyed it.
The one where he doesn't care. And then at the end he's quoting Jean-Paul Sartre.
Aye, that's right. Yeah. And it doesn't go too cheesy initially, you know, it goes the way it should go. That she's like, wait a minute, are you, you know, have you been, you know, working up to this? He's like, no. You know, the first time he gets slapped in the face about 20 times, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and he's trying to kind of get to a certain stage. It's like a romantic version of a computer game. You know,
that's like Boss Level that I watched last week. It's the exact same thing. It's like you get like to the next level and you die. All right, okay, I remember all the bits to get to that point. You get past it, and you get to the next bit.
Yeah. But this was the daddy. This was
the.
Is that the first movie that created that kind of genre? If it is a genre.
I mean, I don't think it's a genre. I think so. Yeah, because I think people do refer to these kind of movies now as Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. So yeah, I think it is. It's the first one.
Yeah, me too. Tell us if you know different. If there's a movie
comment below
before Groundhog Day.
They did the Groundhog Day conceit. Yeah, not
we get to things that we've probably watched together.
Jeez.
Now you spoke to me about this DeLorean thing, and I said
to you,
I've seen that.
I don't think you have, because this was a Netflix original.
Because the Sky thing was I think it was a 2-hour movie about him.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a series, so I haven't seen it. So I watched the first episode.
It's a mini-series. It's 3 episodes. He's a complicated character, I think, John DeLorean. Some part of me does feel like he really wanted that car to succeed, and not only that, he wanted the factory in Belfast and therefore the people of Belfast to succeed. There's a part of me feels that was his reasoning. That was what he wanted to do. Yes.
Can I stop you? Did you watch all 3?
Yes.
All right, I've not watched all 3, but I do know the gist because I watched the movie. You know, the 2-hour thing. Sky did, or HBO or whatever did the one. He wanted to kind of. It probably, I think, the closest to maybe Elon Musk. He tried to kind of do something different, think out the box,
outside the system.
Didn't quite get there because he's a bit of a maniac. And interesting stuff. Oh my god, I can't believe everyone's banging about the kitchen. Gotta do this. That's a kettle on. There's a pot boiling.
I had the water going in the pot. I think no matter what, I don't know whether it's because it's in Back to the Future and it's like my favorite trilogy, but that DeLorean motor car is a timeless classic. There's nothing you can do to convince me of otherwise. Folk talk about, it's like underpowered engine, it's it's style, all that kind of stuff. It looks like the most beautiful car. Like if somebody said you can have that or a Ferrari, I'll say I'll take the DeLorean. Because there's just something mad about it. It just feels like you're in the future. Like a Ferrari's it's a Ferrari. It's like, okay. It's a sports car. It goes fast. That you feel like, I don't know. It feels like this is what we thought the future would be.
The fact it was in stainless steel as well, made in stainless steel, unpainted.
Yeah. Do you know who else does a car like that? Elon Musk with a Cybertruck.
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla.
Oh, well, yeah.
Which looks a bit like a DeLorean.
Bulletproof Cybertruck.
Yeah, as long as you don't use a sledgehammer against it. It also looks a bit like a DeLorean as well. Although the DeLorean actually has more shape than the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the DeLorean.
It looked really sleek at the time, though, but it looks a bit boxy now. Kind of.
The DeLorean?
A bit angular. Yeah.
I like it. I still like it. The gull wing doors.
I like it, man. Well, I do like it because obviously it's Back to the Future and stuff like that. It's classic. Jeez, I was noisy there.
No, I loved it. It's a good documentary. Calm down. I liked it. I thought it was a good documentary, and I think you'll like the other two parts in it. Like I said, he's a very complicated character. So, it's Myth and Mogul John DeLorean. That's on Netflix. That's the one that we watched.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Bad Batch?
I was going to go to the Bad Batch because I was leaving the for last.
Which we do a reaction video for. So if you want to find out about that, then hit the old subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll be given timely reminders, including when we put a new video up, which is tomorrow. I'll tell you right now. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. my time, about the Bad Batch.
No, the other way around.
It's 10 p.m. UK
10 p.m. UK time. 5 p.m. Canada time.
And 5 p.m. Canada time, because it's just immediately after I finish work, of course. Tomorrow I'm not working because it's a civil holiday here.
I'm off tomorrow as well.
Whoop, whoop.
And Tuesday.
What? Me too.
Yeah. So we do the chat with James, and he's back. He's back
because he was out last week. Yeah,
but he's back.
And Jody and I ended up ripping the show, so he's gonna bring us back. Do his folded arm thing when we get out of order.
Oh, the whole lot.
And we're like, sorry, Dad.
Back, everything.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's the 14th episode, which we all thought was the last episode. Turns out there's another 2 episodes.
I only thought that because you kept saying that, but
they said it was 14 episodes. That was a bloody Kotaku advert. Not Kotaku. Was it Kotaku? I think it might have been Kotaku. It was one of them anyway.
Kotaku?
Said it was 14 episodes. No, it must be 14 then, rather than doing any more research.
Anyway, 16.
16, yeah. So last night's episode was...
memes? We're going to do memes tomorrow?
We could. Really. Yeah, should probably tell James.
Don't tell him. He'll have done about 10 anyway.
No, that's true, yeah. No, need to tell him.
From him.
What did you think?
Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was a good episode.
I really liked it. I thought it was
Is that clone trooper named after Ewan McGregor? Because he was called Gregor. Well, he's called Gregor.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. We can discuss that tomorrow. But it was good because it gave you a wee bit more history of the stormtroopers, actually, when they started becoming stormtroopers. And,
TK units.
Yes. and stuff like that. So yeah, for my money, that was a good episode.
Yeah, that's the kind of seed of the Empire and phasing out the clone troopers, which are CT designations.
So I wonder if there's going to be a big battle then between these new.
Pew-pew.
Did you notice the design of the stormtroopers were not quite fully. It wasn't quite.
Yeah, it wasn't quite there.
Stormtrooper yet. The design's almost the way we know it. The classic stormtroopers, but not quite. I think it was actually Macquarie still kind of sketch.
I think Hunter's helmet is the closest to the stormtrooper helmet in the show.
Yeah.
But of course, he's they're trying to shut down Camino, the Empire, and they're harvesting it for all that it's worth, and getting rid of all the other bits.
Spoilers.
Exactly. It was nice to go back to Camino and see all the blowout at the back. The bloom.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for a while.
Yeah. So they're kind of been taken over, aren't they?
Yeah.
And shut down.
Shut down, yeah.
Shut it
Don't
down.
need them anymore. Shut it down, boys.
Shut it down. Shut it down, boys.
Did you watch the Grand Tour?
I did.
It was filmed in Scotland.
It was. And the first 15 minutes or so, I thought, I've seen this all before. But then I get into it. And then I started really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then I thought, this is really good. And then they got, spoilers, right? They got over to that island. And then it went crazy. I just didn't get it. I thought it was the most surreal ending to
They like doing these kind of political statement-y type things at the end. It was like there's no American stuff anymore. It's all been taken over by Chinese things.
Right, so
because they go into them, they go in the MG's part there, which is owned by China now. They were drinking Chinese beer. Everything on the menu was Chinese food. It was all Chinese sports on the TVs in the sports bar.
Yeah,
it was just a kind of a commentary.
So we watched the end of it. Me and Evan watched the end of it, and thoroughly entertained until the end. And we're like, looked at each other and went, "What? That is not on that island. No way is that."
No. There's no way it's on the island. No
chance.
It's
right?
They cut the corner and then it was on the mainland somewhere.
Yeah. Crazy.
Probably Livingston.
Crazy ending.
The bit where they filled James's caravan with water and he opened it was so funny. The bit with
I laughed out loud quite a number of times actually. There was quite a number of funny bits.
Because the bit where the water kept coming out and he just stood there and then eventually it kind of knocked him over. Just the time was good. The bit where Clarkson's caravan came off.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so funny. And then they freed Hammond and his caravan keeled over. What was the other thing as well? I was laughing my ass off at.
Well, when Hammond went in the water,
when he tipped the boat.
Oh my god, I was on my knees at that point. I thought it was so funny.
I don't think that was scripted. I don't think it was scripted.
Nobody goes to save him. He looked like he was really struggling, and I was wet.
He lost his life jacket at one point. There's a bit where his life jacket gets pulled off. But yeah, Clarkson's just face down on the pontoon, just in stitches. Oh, it was so funny. Just this boat going.
Yeah. I think the first bit though, when they were kind of driving through Edinburgh and stuff, I was like, this is a bit lame, you know.
Yeah.
But it really improved until it was cracking, and then that ending just confused me completely.
Yeah.
You know, but I really enjoyed it. I did.
Yeah. It's good. I like them.
That's me.
That's you. So we've been watching this Sexy Beasts on Netflix.
Oh, we watched that as well. Sorry, actually. Sorry, we watched that. Yeah. You can forget that. My God.
It's bizarre.
Aye, it's good, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So,
I think the costumes are amazing.
They're so good.
So good.
Like, it's just, I mean, it's a good idea for a show. Like, because it's the whole, basically, so if you haven't watched it, the idea is that it's the dating game. That's what it is. But instead of the panel between it, remember Blind Date was a surprise, Cilla Black. Instead of having that partition between the woman or the suitor and the
man and woman,
contestant, the man and the woman, the men and the women bit.
Anyway, they go on a date and they're both dressed up, prosthetics look like animals.
Yeah, they all look like pandas and shrimp and zombies and stuff.
Yeah.
One guy, did you see the guy with the tin? It was the panda, and she was she had the same personality as Kathy Griffin. She's like, oh my god, like kind of like that the whole time. And the nuts and bolts guy, she said, "Oh, you're out," and he went, "Yes."
I know, really, a bit overdone.
I know, but we were all thinking.
I thought the one that had the worst deal was the girl that was dressed up as the witch she had the hanging nose and the pointy chin and the kind of wee tiny bit of hair.
Oh,
remember
yeah.
Was she
a
nice,
witch? She seemed like a kind of like old ghoulish type woman thing.
Whatever she was, yeah. She got a bad deal. She seemed nice, but she just looked terrible. And then when they tried to make off, obviously, looked great, you know.
Yeah, exactly. They're all like.
I love the guy. I think he was maybe dressed up as a bull, and he was picking from the three girls, and he just kept saying really sexually inappropriate things like "their ass though" or whatever. You know,
that guy.
It's meant to be all about not.
I know.
Having those preconceptions about what people look like, it's about their personality, and he's like, "their ass though."
Was that the guy with no neck?
Whatever. Yeah.
There's a black guy with no neck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but yeah, he was all about the looks. Like he did not understand the rules of the show. Yeah. So we watched Why Women Kill. That was the end of season 2. That was it. No, well, I don't know if there's not any more. It's a Paramount Plus exclusive, so they probably will do another series of it. It was really good. Nick Frost was amazing in it. Alison Tolman's great in it, and there's a few other sort of like standout characters.
I'm not sure.
It's on Paramount, so I don't know if it's like if there's like a special Paramount channel that you get from as part of Sky or whatever. But it was really good. Rick and Morty. The previous week's episode I thought was very poor. This week's one was hilarious. It was basically Rick has made too many mistakes, and so he needs to get a pardon from the idea is he needs to get a pardon from the president, but he knows that the president won't pardon him because he's like an enemy of the state. So he decides that what he's going to do is he's going to impersonate a turkey. And so he's going to get the president to pardon the turkey and then just leap up and say, "Ha, you pardon me, I'm Rick. Ha."
That's what it does. Do you know that?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I know. Yeah, since Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know. It's the TV here. Anyway, so he's given this explanation as to what he's going to do, like the plan. And meanwhile, the president's given the plan about Rick is going to disguise himself as a turkey. It's all these things that need to go right, but the other half needs to do the right thing. And then it becomes all this intergalactic war thing. And it was hilarious. There's a couple of Predator references in there as well. It was a good episode. Yeah. And we started watching Person of Interest, which is an old CBS show. Well, old. It's like 7 years old or something. It's Jim Cassavetes, the guy that played Jesus in Passion of the Christ.
Yes, and
Yeah, and the guy from Lost. He's got glasses. Weasley-looking guy. He was in the later seasons. Anyway, and they played this guy who built this computer system that can algorithmically figure out where crimes are going to happen. And Jim Cassavetes, he goes and like fixes it because he's a fixer-upper thing. Yeah, it's kind of like the Minority Report, but what's interesting about this, the person of interest, is 71 episodes. There's 100 episodes of this show. 71 episodes are 9 out of 10 or more on IMDb.
Ooh.
I mean, how's that not a good advert for a show? Yeah, exactly. 9 out of 10. And by the way, we've seen the pilot episode and the first episode after that. Really good. Movie-wise, though. This week was... and you can quote me on that.
Can I just say... Viewers may be disappointed that we didn't see Suicide Squad this week as well.
Viewers might be disappointed we didn't see Jungle Cruise as well, which came out on Disney.
So it did. You're right.
We're going to see it tonight. We're going to watch it tonight.
Good.
So,
good.
Are you watching it this week?
I want to see it. I've heard good things about it, actually.
Okay. Well, prepare yourselves for a full review next week, folks.
Yep. We'll see it.
So Monday. So it was just after the podcast on Monday, I decided I was going to sit and watch a movie, and I saw one. I can't remember where it was. Do you know what? I can't remember where it was. I think it was on Netflix, but I'm not entirely sure because I was so annoyed about it. I had to stop watching it. It was called Cosmic Sin. Yeah, that's a good title for the movie. Bruce Willis is in it. It's about humans in the future, which looks a lot like today. And they go to different planets and they meet these aliens, and the aliens infect them. Then the infected people come back down to Earth, and all it seems, and Frank Grillo's in it as well. All it seems to be is people firing just beyond the camera. So the camera's pointing that way and they're firing down that way, but you never get to see what they're firing at.
Stormtroopers.
I don't know what they're firing at. I have no idea. Ghosts. Awful. I lasted 20 minutes. And I'm like, I can't do this. So then Sam said, "Oh, we should watch this movie. This looks really good." And I didn't realize she meant for a laugh. I thought she thought it'd be a good movie. It's called Adrift. And it's Shailene Woodley.
The girl that is in
Notebook.
Notebook?
I think so. I don't know. She's in stuff. Aye.
No, she's in the thing with Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon.
I don't know. Known for Divergent, Descendants, Fault in Our Stars.
I'm thinking maybe a different one.
I don't know who you're thinking of. Anyway, so she was in it, and she plays this sailor who, her and her boyfriend, they get asked to take a boat from Tahiti. It doesn't really matter. Across the water to San Diego, and they get hit by a Category 4 hurricane, and the boat capsizes, and they are adrift for days. Do you see where they got the title for the movie? Anyway, so it's about her being stuck in the boat, and there's a twist in it, and you can see the twist coming down Main Street. It's not good.
I remember seeing the trailers for it, and I thought, God, they might as well have just shown me the whole film there, because
yeah, it's pretty much like the Wikipedia article for it is about 4 paragraphs long. That's they've turned that 4 paragraphs into a movie.
Yeah.
It's not much of a movie. It's a lot of flashbacks to them having fun and getting to know you, getting to understand you. And it just
you were saying who's in this movie? It's a girl called Shailene
Woodley. Yeah,
she wasn't.
That's what I said. I never said that. You said that.
You said you definitely.
She's in one of
definitely
these
said that.
books. Fault in Our Stars, that's what it is. Not The Notebook. It's the same thing. It's the same
What's
movie,
the
isn't
thing
it?
she was in? What's the thing she was in the Nicole Kidman though?
I don't know.
Show. It was good. Big Little Lies.
So it was.
She was in that. She was the single mother.
Right.
Did you see that?
No.
That's good.
Okay.
Good. Very good.
Well, not adrift. We also watched our movie last night was Wrath of Man.
Oh, was it? I started watching that actually.
Jason Statham, Guy Ritchie. You're like Guy Ritchie, Jason Statham. So Guy Ritchie's forgotten how to make movies.
Yeah, I watched it. I probably watched about an hour of it. I've not watched the rest yet.
So there's a couple of problems that it's got with it. First of all, I have no sympathy for any of the characters, which is a big problem with movies because at that point you're like, I don't care who lives or dies. No, I don't care. Like if you look at a movie like Heat, you have sympathy for all those characters. You even have sympathy for Val Kilmer in Heat, and he's just a dick in Heat, right? So anyway, you've got sympathy for all of these guys. In this one, it's a heist. It's so Guy Ritchie movies were always known for doing heists, elaborate heists. So he's thought to himself, what if we did 2 heists in this movie? One involving one gang and one involving another gang. We did that before in all the other ones, but what if we did it where it was like it's an adaptation of a French movie or something like that.
Yeah.
No.
You're right. So it is.
Yeah.
You're right.
It keeps showing the same scene over and over again. The initial raid on that you see at the start of the movie, which is actually really nice from the perspective of the first time you see it, is actually really nicely shot. You don't get to see the driver that well, and you think, oh, that's kind of shady. I wonder what's happening here. You get to see it like 3 times from 3 different angles, and it's like, I don't. And
can I also say that Jason Statham, his character in it, that kind of grunty person, that bit when he shoots and murders everybody.
Oh, and the den.
Aye, on his first kind of job.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Who the hell are you? That bit's nuts. That comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He comes across as being a total psycho. And
we're supposed to have sympathy for him because he's the protagonist of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't care about this guy.
No, not at all. He seems like a total nutcase.
The guy from the guy from Manhunter is in it as well. The sidekick, Jonathan Goff's sidekick. I can never remember the actor's name. I like him. Like Eddie Marsden's in it as well. He's a good, he's a good actor. So all these guys are good, but it's such a nothing movie. It's like nothing happens, and it's not clever. It's not. It's not like it's not like Michael Mann good as well. Like the direction is just. He really phoned this in. I really think he phoned this in.
Oh, totally. I think everybody did, and I think just the thematic length and then the tone of it just is completely off.
There's something
it's not classy, and I think that's what he's maybe. I don't know if he's trying to make a balls out action thing.
Yeah.
Well, manly man film or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me at all, and I think it's wrong. I just think it's just
like everything happened
wrong about it
in weird fits and starts as well. So there's a bit in it where he gets a picture of all the I don't spoil it, but he gets a picture of all the van drivers that work for this security business that ships bags of money everywhere. Because that's what the heist is basically them planning to do this big job on these trucks. So he gets a picture of, he takes his cell phone and goes, and then takes a picture of everyone. And then he decides he's going to interrogate them. So he picks the only female that works there and goes on a date with her, ostensibly to like befriend her. And then all of a sudden pulls a gun out and starts shooting at her to like threaten her. And then eventually she admits that she's embezzled some money from the company and all that kind of stuff. Goes, well, I'm not going to come for you, but if you do me wrong, then I'm going to come for you. You got it? And then and she goes, okay. And he doesn't bother. He doesn't bother investigating anyone else. That's it. It's just that he was just terrorizing this woman. It's like, so what about everybody else? There's like another 40 people. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe Guy Ritchie's like, that would be a boring movie if all you did was do that. So let's instead show the same scene 3 times in a row, full length, not like cut, not like the bit where they do in like Ocean's 11 where they do the same scene, but then they cut it with like, it's interesting to watch.
Can I just say as well? I think Guy Ritchie thinks he's a superior intellect to a lot of people. See, when you see him getting interviewed, or movie makers, maybe when you hear him getting interviewed, he sounds as if he's got this superior kind of thing complex going on. He talks about all these things, but that is not coming across in these movies, and I don't actually buy it when he talks that way either in interviews. And I'll tell you what, when he first came out, I'd have bought it a million times because he was pretty clever. He's not really made anything that great recently, in recent times. Even The Gentleman, did you see that?
Oh, that was awful.
That was all
set up.
All set up and all explanation. What do you call that?
Exposition.
Exposition. It was all exposition.
All by the way, beautifully performed by Grant. What's his name? Hugh Grant. Beautifully performed by Hugh Grant, and he does it. He's got a great character, and he does it well. But I'm not wanting to have someone read the script to me.
I know. Honestly.
For an hour. This goes on.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, even
like you say, the performances are great, but bloody hell.
Well, the performances in The Gentleman were good, but not in this.
No, not
this.
in this.
This is lackluster. I mean, Andy Garcia's in there.
Yeah, he is.
Why?
No.
I don't know. And he gets his crew. So he's got this crew as well, and he doesn't tell them what he's doing. He just says, I'm going back to Europe at one point. And then they're doing over one of the Securicorps van things, and he's the driver for it. And he steps out and he just looks at them, and they'll go, everyone back in the van. Like, no explanation, no nothing. It's like, what is going on here? And the twist, the man on the inside, it's telegraphed from like day one. It's like, oh, this is so obvious.
Anyway,
it's not. It's people trying to be clever, and they're not pulling it off when you make a movie. Anyway, terrible movie. I'm looking forward to Jungle Cruise. Please don't disappoint me, Dwayne Johnson. My only disappointment is Jack Whitehall's in this movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yeah, not a fan. Anyway, we're way over time on my rant. I do apologize. Do not go and see Wrath of Man, not unless you've had a good couple of drinks in you.
Go and take your pills slow.
Gonna go for a lie down now.
Aye, I think so.
Anyway, if you like what you see, hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and you get timely reminders of when we put up a new episode on the channel, which is Sundays and Mondays these days. And of course, smash the like button and share. Don't forget to comment as well. Below, we left a couple of questions as well about things that we weren't quite sure about. So feel free to do the old tickling of the ivories on the maybe not ivories on the keyboard and let us know where we went wrong. Yeah, because it really does help the channel. But yeah, that's about all we've got just now. Anything else, Jody, you can think of?
I hope not.
Okay. No. Well, anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for listening. If you're listening through the podcast, and we will catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.